Alright, good evening. Welcome on in for another episode of From Day One, the Part 2 version. So, of course, we do have our frauditors, First Amendment auditors, sovereign citizens, and with that, we will start with a good one.
Basically, it just shows how not self-aware he is of his current court proceedings.
Thank you.
If that makes sense. If you know, you know. Here we go. We're just gonna jump into it.
Old as hell up here, guys.
And before, if you hear him start talking to people, he's live streaming this. And Michigan Constitutional Crusaders in it.
Another he's an idiot. Got it.
Whatever that's worth, and he's talking to him in the chat. Here we go.
How's it going? Anything crazy? No? Alright, man. Hey, you got anything in the vehicle I should know about? No guns, no weapons, no drugs?
No, sir. No drugs under the seat, bro.
At least he was a good sport, man. At least he was a good sport.
Yeah, at least you're a good idiot.
And Wade Swalwell, when you come back and you watch this later, Wade Swalwell, I didn't mean that it was literally funny that somebody from your department would call the prosecutor. What I mean by that is, like it sounds like somebody is tattling, trying to call dad. Trying to call. It's like somebody trying to get you in trouble with mom and dad. Like, oh, we know this guy. So it looks like everything's clear now, guys. I don't know. We still got one. It's cold out here, guys. What up, Archangel for Truth? Appreciate you being in here. Wait, Swallows. Well, yeah, Steve. Yeah. That's my name in one of my earlier videos. And I actually regret doing that a little bit, because I'm trying to be a little more honorable than that, just personal choice. But yeah, man, he's the one who started all this. He's the one that's making the local area look like we got kangaroo courts in it. If they had just stayed away from me, here, I'll give you guys a really hard truth pill to swallow. If those guys had never pulled me over, none of this would have ever happened. If none of those guys...
No, if you hadn't broken the law, none of this would have happened. Let's be truthful.
...initiated contact with me, they would not be embarrassed right now.
So he's referring to the fact that he had a suspended license, and he keeps going to court for it and refuses to take their offer of just pay the fine and renew your license. He keeps just saying, I don't understand, and keeps arguing with the judge. He's arguing with a bunch of people in the community. He just doesn't understand. He's one of those people with the sovereign citizen mentality of, I don't need a license to drive, but you do.
Remember, according to them, it's not driving, they're traveling. Traveling, I tell you, traveling.
I think he's on his 5th or 6th court appearance. And he keeps saying, I'm going to get a lawyer, and then he says, oh, I spoke to someone, blah, blah, blah. He probably spoke to some YouTube guru or some nonsense, another person who has no idea what they're talking about. And he's like, well, if the cops just left me alone, it's like, if you wanted them to actively know you're breaking the law, you're actively breaking the law. But nah, you're good. Like, that's not how the laws or policing work.
That's correct. And, well, unfortunately, this tape is done, so we will leave this. Let's find a better one. As we continue in this adventure. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. Hey, Beer Professor, you ready? If you are, I think we got a good one. Okay, you are ready? Perfect. In that case, let's run the tape.
How you doing?
Who are you with?
I'm an independent journalist.
Okay. As an independent journalist, you need permission to film on federal property. Are you aware of that? So you have a choice. You can either step outside and wait for the police department,
Sure.
or I can remove you from this premise.
You're going to physically remove me?
Yes, I will.
You're going to touch me?
No, I'm going to escort you out.
How are you going to do that without touching me?
I'm going to have to ask you to leave, sir.
Finally, we have someone in charge of the post office who is not going to take any nonsense from a frauditor. Oh, I love it.
Okay, and if I refuse to leave...
And are you filming now?
physically-
Are you filming now?
Sure.
Okay, do you know that you are not allowed to film someone?
Sure I do. You're in public.
Really? Really?
Yeah, you have no expectation of privacy.
This is a federal building?
It's public lobby.
No, it's not.
This isn't a public lobby?
This is a federal
This is
estate.
a public lobby.
Okay,
I know
sir,
what I'm doing.
Now you've spit on me. I'm going to ask you to leave
I'm not
right now.
spitting on you.
You just
don't,
did.
Don't make up
You
lies.
just spit.
Don't make up lies.
Check your film, sir.
Don't make up
I need
lies.
you to leave.
And if I don't,
You need to leave.
you're going to physically remove me?
Can I
Don't
please-
touch me. You touch me, it's battery.
Okay, it's
Take
not
your
gonna-
hands off me.
I'm not.
Take your hands off me. You touch me again,
I'm
that's
asking you to
assault.
leave.
Oh my goodness, here we go once again. Assault. Would somebody please show these frauditors what assault is all about? And then they can stop whining and crying all the time.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Don't take your hands off me.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to leave.
Take your hands off
I'm
me.
going to ask you to leave.
Take your hands off
I'm
me.
going to ask you to leave, sir. Can you please leave?
Don't touch me now.
I'm asking you to leave.
Okay.
Can you please leave?
For what?
You need to leave now.
For what?
Because you're not allowed to be filming.
I have the memo
Yeah.
from your post office that allows it.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
Show me it. Show me your permit as well.
No, here's
That
the
it
memo.
gives you authorization to film on federal property.
Right here.
This is not a permit.
Well, then, I don't need a
Let me have your
permit.
Anyone who would take the time to read and understand what the directive says would understand that for purposes of commercial photography, which means you're being paid, you must obtain written permission. But frauditors can't understand what they are reading.
No, you just asked for it?
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing, man?
Okay, thank you.
It's not yours.
This is now mine. You just left it there. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're an
That's-
ass, dude.
Really?
Yeah, you're an ass.
Right,
You
now you're
touched
calling me names.
Yeah, you touched
So
me.
now you're threatening me by calling me names.
I didn't threaten you. I
I'm
said
not-
you're an ass.
No.
No.
That's calling me a
Go
name.
back in there, dude.
No, your lack of
You don't have-
respect.
Hey,
your
you
lack
got
of
no respect,
and
dude.
Your sense of
You got no
whatever this
respect. You
is.
touched me.
You're interrupting me. You're argumentative. You're yelling at me. You're ripping things out of my hand.
Yeah, you took it out of my hand.
You.
This is the idiot behind the camera. He has a midget complex, a little man with a big mouth. Oh, that's all he can do is run his mouth. Get a job, brother. Get a job.
You
spit
took
on
this.
me, and yet
Make
I'm
it
the
up,
bad
dude.
guy.
Make it up.
It's
Make
on
it
your
up.
film.
Make it up, dude.
It's on
Make
your
it up.
film, sir.
Well, shit, dude.
Now you're cussing again.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. There you go. Now you're threatening me, telling me to fuck me.
That's a threat.
Thank you very much.
Doesn't your wife tell you that?
Do not come back in here. The police will be here, and I'm having you arrested. Okay. Now you've threatened me twice.
That's the third time.
Ooh-wee, this frauditor has a mouth on him. I surely hope he doesn't kiss anyone with that mouth. You don't kiss your mother with that mouth, do you, frauditor? I bet she's so proud of her bouncing baby boy.
I'll wait for the cops.
Now I've got 20 witnesses.
Yeah. That's the fourth time.
Really?
Yeah, you gonna touch me?
Really?
Well, there you have it, folks. The
Oh,
blood.
he's gone? Oh, I wanted more. I think you did too, Dave. I think you did too. We both needed more out of this loser. A lot more. Incredibly a lot more. Alright, let's go. How about let's go with Sidewalk Boy? You got a Sidewalk Boy clip for us? Okay, you do? Perfect. Alright, let's go.
Back off. Back off, okay? Back off. What are
idiot. Back off, back off.
He's telling you to stop recording
What
him.
are you doing? Why are you getting in my personal space? Stop filming it. Okay?
You're in their personal space.
Who was gonna get tased already?
Sidewalk boy, are you making threats already? All that man did is walk up to you. He didn't threaten you in any way. But I guarantee you, if you brandish your little taser, you're gonna be in a world of trouble.
What is wrong with you? Are you okay? What is wrong with you, dude? What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You step away. Back up. What are you, okay? Okay, why did you get in my space, dude?
No, we're having dinner.
Who are you to get close to me, dude? You're no one.
Well, I'm just having
Okay,
dinner.
you don't even know who I am, dude.
Oh, trust me, Silence Boy. We know who you are. You're a cockroach of society, and we don't want to know any more than that.
I don't want someone taking
Okay.
an image of me eating food. Thank you very much for understanding. As I said,
It's not funny, dude. I'm not laughing. You see me laughing? I'm not laughing, dude.
Alright. Please.
I wasn't even filming you, and you started something. I don't know what's wrong with you, dude. Ew. There's no one. We're gonna tell me to do. There's a sidewalk. This doesn't belong to you, dude.
That's right, Sidewalk Boy. That's why I gave you the name Sidewalk Boy. It fits you so much better than Silence Boy, because one thing you cannot do is remain silent.
No? You don't even know who I am, dude. And you don't know who you're messing with. You're laughing. Now these people are laughing like idiots because they think it's a joke.
You are a joke.
That's why. You're laughing and you don't even know what happened and you're laughing. That's not even cool, dude. There's people right here laughing and that one right there too.
Look, moron, everyone's laughing at you because you're a clown. Look at the way you're dressed with your bulletproof vest and 3 cameras. Oh, you're something to laugh at, all right.
He's an ass clown.
Why is your customer trying to attack me? Why did he try to attack me? I'm filming the building. That's what I'm filming.
No, you're not.
Okay? Don't touch, okay? We'll put your restaurant in spot, dude. I'll bring more people right here and start filming everything.
Oh, yes, indeed. He'll bring more people like Fuzzy Tomato and SGV News and his best buddy, Casey Camera Boy.
Casey Munchkin? I gotta show you to the Magnavox
I'm
Odyssey
not be
then.
playing those games with you. I'm not playing games with you. This one got out of control quick. Ooh, it got out of control quick. This guy got in my personal space, so I had to do what I do better.
I'm so relieved that man didn't touch your camera because we would have seen you cry. A grown man. Well, maybe not a grown man. A man-child, perhaps.
They can't be touching people. That's wrong. It's mind your own business. That's simple. Look at this. They think it's funny. They think it's funny, huh? This is the ignorance we see in the world. That's why the world is how it is. People learn this thing. The ignorance. That guy was funny. He would have gotten too. Disgrace. The restaurant's gonna get a lot of bad reviews. You don't know who you're messing with.
Okay, wise guy, slow down. We don't know who you are. That's right. You're nobody. Remember? You live at home with Mommy. What are you going to do? Get your little news crew together and give some bad Yelp reviews? You're a real tough guy, all right. Does your mommy know you're not cleaning your room today?
That's for sure. Trust me, I'm a big person. You don't even know who you just started playing with. I'm gonna bring 10 people right here and film the whole thing. Cause you didn't respect me. That guy tried to attack me right there.
Oh, please, Mama
That's
Jeff.
rude, dude. That's rude. You don't do that to another person. Yeah. I know for you, I'm not gonna record you. But let's keep, this guy wanted to attack me. Yeah. I don't record you. I wasn't recording you. Yeah, at least you're cool. You gotta treat someone like you wanna be treated. That's the way of life.
Never a truer word uttered from your lips, sidewalk boy. But you don't respect anyone, so what are you talking about?
You don't respect your authority.
This is how people act when there's a camera in front of them. They act like, go check me out. Thank you everybody for your support. I'm out. Peace. There's my picture. Thank you everybody. I'm out. The next time.
It appears as though multiple restaurant patrons called the police and said that Sidewalk Boy was threatening them. Oh, now you can film all day long, but you can't threaten people, Sidewalk Boy. Moreover, the blubbering buffoon threatened to tase someone. Now that's definitely against the rules. You can't threaten to tase someone or pepper spray them or anything that would cause harm to another person. Oh, what are we gonna do with you, Sidewalk Boy?
Much later.
So when somebody, I have a question, because today a guy came out with me with a stick, and he wanted to rush me, so I could defend myself now? Okay, because he had a, I don't know where he got it from. I was doing this before this. So what are you recommending me, that I let myself attack first and then I could use it, right?
I would recommend it not happening, but I'm just saying, when you taser somebody, don't be surprised when you get to the handcuffs.
While it is legal to use pepper spray and tasers in California, they are still frowned upon by the police, and you better have a darn good reason for using either one of them, because most likely you're going to wind up having your weapon confiscated and you may face arrest. Be careful out there in Cali.
Rick?
This is today's date, the time, which is 1945, which is 7:45 hours. Yeah. Is it a number that we're on?
Okay.
I'll put officer response to ADW, which is assault with a deadly weapon with taser, investigation. Officer detained Rick, who was in possession of the taser. Officer's investigation revealed there was no crime at this time.
Okay.
Now, this is my information, my partner's information. The incident number is in the back, and that's it.
Okay.
To brandish any type of weapon is illegal in most jurisdictions. Now, I said most because there's always an exception to the rule along the line. But in a place like Los Angeles, you can absolutely, positively not pull out anything that would cause harm to another person. If you do, you could definitely be arrested.
Is that good enough?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. You got everything you're supposed to have, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so do me a favor, like I said.
So I have a question. How could I get the body camera footage of you arresting me? No, I know, but detaining. Isn't it a FOIA request? Huh? And they'll give it to me, Okay. Okay, alright, thank you. Okay, at least you were professional. I understand that you don't do it just to arrest people.
Considering that this video is from several months ago, he learned nothing from this incident because he still goes out and threatens people. Oh, I'm going to pepper spray you. Oh, I'm going to tase you. Stop touching my camera. He learned absolutely nothing from this. And one day, oh, he's going to get it good, baby.
Before I used to think that it was because just you felt like just arresting me, but now I understand it's just detainment. Okay. So now I'm free to go, right? Alright. What was your name, may I ask? And your badge number? Okay. Alright, have a good one.
You get out of the 7-Eleven parking lot.
Sorry, buddy. Thank you for your support. I told you it was released.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Boy, is he a moron. Why did you bring me a moron? Oh. I'm gonna have to leave you. Mike. You ready? I think you're ready, are you? I see you in your suit and tie. It usually means you're ready. Alright, you got us a court moment here? Okay, so again, along with lawyer Mike, let's have some fun. The Judge Middleton in court. We're up in Michigan, and here we go.
It's 11.
Oh, Mr. Kern, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, let's start with that one. Kamiko Newton is here. There are two files in People versus Tyler James Kern. File 21378 and 21294. He was charged with stalking and malicious destruction of property over $200. It was amended to malicious destruction of property.
Don't worry, that's actually a different defendant coming in. The judge will quickly get rid of him. The dogs, that is.
Mr. Schultz, I'm going to put you in the waiting. Mute your microphone. So we have two cases that were an MDOP and MDOP 200 to 1,000.
MBOP, by the way, malicious destruction of property.
Mr. Kern is here. Autumn attempted to do a pre-sentence report, but not much success. Kamiko Newton is here. One of the problems with this case is more than a year old. This conduct occurred in February of 20 and January of 21.
In my brief stint as a prosecutor, I dealt with this thing, and he just said it's MDOP, which is malicious destruction of property. But really, in essence, it's domestic. And that's where these things get very convoluted fast, and you'll see why.
So they're long ways away and separated by quite a bit of time. Mr. Kern hasn't done much to help himself. He was rude to our staff, rude to Autumn, and won't even tell us where he lives. Mr. John Bush is here on behalf of the defendant. Mr. Bush, what would you like us to know?
Mr. Kern, in my vomit, has always accepted the responsibility for the destruction of the property. I do believe throughout my representation he's been essentially homeless. He's had some...
That's the voice of the public defender for the defendant.
Doing addresses. He shares with me that I believe he's had maintained regular employment at Summit There obviously needs to be some restitution in this case. I'm not sure that the facts go to the level where he needs to be incarcerated, but I would ask the court to impose fines and costs and restitution.
Ms. Davis, what would you like me to know?
Your Honor,
Miss Davis, by the way, being the prosecuting attorney in that particular court's jurisdiction.
could I have Ms. Newton speak if she would choose to first?
Please,
Yes, Miss
I
Newton,
really would like to.
All right, Miss Newton, you can't see me, but you and I have met before. This is Judge Middleton. I'm here at the courthouse.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. What would you like me to know?
This is the voice of the person who had the destruction of property done to her, and also, as lawyer Mike pointed out, the domestic situation.
I'm sorry. I'm a little emotional this morning. I got a lot on my mind. But I feel like, first off, the whole situation with, coming over here, destroying my property, knowing the situation I was, in before, I came and moved in my place with me being in the shelter and everything. I felt like it was boldly disrespectful, seeing that I got kids here, to come over here and do my property like that. Not only to do it like that, but to basically put me at risk of possibly being able to lose my crib. He's not technically homeless.
And by the way, for those who are not knowing any African American lingo, crib is a slang for house or home.
Because he's been at my house.
Oh, wait, he's been what? Run that back a few seconds.
To lose my crib. He's not technically homeless because he's been at my house.
Oh.
He like when I allow him to come over here and spend time with his kids and visit his kids, I do that out of kindness of my heart because I know what he's going through and what he's dealing with. But when he come over here to visit his kids, he feels that he does not need to leave my house. He's here now. I'm outside. I'm sitting outside in my truck.
Wait, you're outside and he's sitting in on Zoom. Oh, jeez. Why is this not a good thing? Judge, why the hell did you not bring these people into court?
Came out here to talk to y'all. Like, I don't feel like it's fair to me. I know the case has been a while back, but, I came out of my pocket to pay for the window. I'm still, I guess, sitting around waiting on the money that I came out of pocket to pay for the destruction of property. And it's been emotional for me because it's my kids' dad. We have kids together. I do care about him, as a person. But I'm to a point right now in my life to where I'm ready to move on with my life. I'm ready to just move on with my life and move past this. I could file for a PPO, but, I told him that I didn't want to do that.
PPO, by the way, is personal protective order.
Because we got kids together. But I told him that if he can't respect my space or my property, then I would ask for one or request one because I feel like I shouldn't be having to go through everything that I'm going through just to make sure somebody else is straight. That's not fair to me. And it's been stressful.
I was told that the restitution was $277 on the window. What about the door?
The doors, I guess my inner lock didn't have a lock on it. So they ended up, I guess, ripping the board off. They ended up, they had to do a lot to it to fix it. But I never was given a price for my doors. For the damages of the door. So I have no idea, but whatever the damages were for the door, I've already came out of pocket and also paid for myself as well.
One of the problems with this case, and this is a recurring, frustrating problem, the police will get a warrant for someone's arrest, which they got in February of 21, and the defendant didn't get arrested until August. So 8 months passed, you're living in the same house, the magistrate did not put a no contact provision in there, so he's still in there. He's entitled.
He was back and forth. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I did not try to interrupt you because I'm not really like that. But when he had that warrant out, he would be here and then he would leave and then he would be here.
Right,
And
so
then
he's ducking the warrant and 8 months pass. He's not supposed to be there on your lease. He's going to end up getting you kicked out of there because he's not on the lease. He's in the house and you're out in the truck. What's wrong with this picture?
No, I really just came out here to get some air to kind of try to gather my thoughts before I talk to you.
Miss Davis, what's your thought here?
Frankly, I'm disgusted that he's taking advantage of Miss Newton a year after this has happened and throughout the year. I find it ridiculous that he couldn't cooperate with Miss Kiefer to have a sentence investigation, and that my victim is sitting in a car while he's in her house, and it's very frustrating. I'm very frustrated. I'm frustrated for her because it's a cycle of power and control, and from what she's saying, I let him come over to see our kids because it's their father, but then he won't leave. He just shacks up in her house and won't leave. That is so unfair to her and the kids, and I don't know if he's working, but he needs to pay this rent. Not working. Okay, is he babysitting your kids or anything?
So, can I say that?
Not yet.
I'll let you get the last word, Mr. Kern, so just hang on.
Miss Newton, what does he do during the day then?
Well, he was working, but it got to a point to where, like, you know, he was starting to be up all night, and then he was starting to sleep all day and be up all night and sleep all day. He played a video game, which I don't care if he played a video game. I don't care. But it got to a point to where he was starting to tell, you know, people at work that he wasn't making it to work because he didn't have a sitter. But I'm at home with the kids all day. I wish I could go to work. I wish I had help to where I would be able to just get up and be able to go to work. But I can't because I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom. I'm in the house with my kids all day. And I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not judging nobody. And it's nobody's, you know, it's nobody's obligated to help me do anything. Nobody told me to sit up here and have kids. Nobody told me to do any of that. But, like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I struggle like everybody else. I use my resources. I go to food banks. I go to the Salvation Army. I go to churches. Like, I try to literally make ends meet. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he hasn't helped me out, or, you know, if I needed something, I'm not gonna sit here and say, you know, he hasn't, you know, helped me out. But as far as whatever this is, because, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, we're not together. You know, I don't want him to not be around his kids because we have kids together. But like I said, I'm ready to move on with my life and move past this. We're not together. I don't feel like he needs to keep being at my house. I haven't came to the courthouse and evicted him because I was told that if I evict him, I'm putting myself at risk of eviction because
that's true. He's not supposed to be in your unit.
That's what I'm saying. And then it's like we get into it, you know, sometimes because I'm like, hey, you know, like 2 weeks ago, I got a write up from the office because you know he
let's hear from him.
Can I just say one more thing, Your Honor, before he does? I feel like we have put Miss Newton in a very dangerous situation, and I don't know how to rectify that other than to ask to have, if there is jail to be imposed, that it start immediately and that the officers go pick him up where he's at. If he's not working, he's just playing video games, he's not necessarily helping with the kids, I would ask that the court consider that as an option today for the safety of my victim. and for the punishment that occurred here. Thank you.
I'm embarrassed at the posture of this case. And I'm the landlord-tenant judge, so I'm aware of the other actions. Mr. Kern, everyone's been speaking about you. What would you like us to know?
I apologize to Miss Kiefer for missing her call. I was at work, and I tried to call her back, but she called me private. I've only been off work for like 2 weeks because I want to get this taken care of before I do anything. And I apologize to my kid's mother, and I do help with my kids every day. I put my kids to sleep every night.
You understand that you're living there is going to get her evicted from her apartment?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep a job and find my own place, though.
You've had 3 months.
All right, stop. I've heard what I needed to hear. Mr. Kern, anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
Also mad at myself because somehow this got set for Zoom rather than live.
I was going to say, I told you, I was like, why it ain't live, Your Honor?
Anyway, there's not much redeeming here. You got a terrible bunch of baggage on your criminal history. You were rude to my staff. You were rude to the probation staff. You blew off on Keith. I
apologize.
All right. Well, you have 60 days to apologize because that's what I'm going to order. 60 days jail. Autumn, what do we have for credit? 59 days. You could have given that little piece of...
Hold on a minute. The defendant's on the move. I know you guys can't see this, but in the Zoom call, the little camera angle that's him, he's moving.
Quiet.
Mike?
Current, both cases.
Do we have a runner?
Just turn yourself
He's
in
moving
jail
around.
by 2 p.m. today.
Your Honor, I don't believe so. I see him moving.
The fine is $0. There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee, and $242.76 restitution.
Your Honor, can we have Central Dispatch send a standby officer?
Well, you can send
Yeah, but hurry quickly, Deborah.
I'm not comfortable hanging up these phones with you.
All right. Call him right now.
But I have to go to jail for 2 months, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you rich.
My thing is, I'm sorry. My thing is, I've been trying to.
You're going to 60 days credit 1.
Yeah, he's running. He's running, Your Honor. Shush, Your Honor. Get somebody there. He's running.
125 plus 242.76 is 376.76.
At least Deborah Davis, the prosecuting attorney, is on the phone trying to get an officer there.
June 30th.
Yeah, he's telling the kids goodbye. This guy's running.
In the other case, 2194, I also order 60 days, credit 59, concurrent with the other case. They're going to come and pick you up in a short time.
Oh, I'm sorry, Honor. I have to go.
Yeah, he's running.
See my kids. I got so much to take care of. I could turn myself in today at 2.
Well, I could make it 120 days or 180 days if you'd like that.
Just want to be able to
yeah. You smashed her windows out, you stalk her, you're living there in her house. She's about to get evicted. You sit around and play video games. You're not working. You're not paying any child support. You're rude to my staff. You blow off the probation department.
I didn't mean to be.
Don't say anything else or I'll put a couple zeros on your sentence. So get your toothbrush and get ready to go with the police.
He's gone, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Don't hang up.
I have to go, sir. I apologize for anything.
Your Honor, that means he's
Stay right
running.
where you are.
Yeah, he's gone.
Wow.
He's disconnected.
Wow.
Miss Newton, can you hear me?
Oh, shit, he could be attacking her.
Kamiko, would you unmute your microphone?
Kamiko? Kamiko?
He's getting in his van. He pulling out my apartment complex. He leaving.
Yeah.
He leaving.
I understand. What kind
He
of
leaving
van?
out. He leaving out right now.
Is Skylar current?
He's trying to pull out.
I'm not on the phone with Central Dispatch. They're sending somebody.
All right.
He pulling out of my complex right now.
What kind of van is it, Kamiko?
It's a blue van. It's a Pontiac van. It's like a light blue and a dark blue. I'm trying to see which way he going when he pull out.
She's trying to see which way he's going.
Hold on. He might be going toward, I don't know. He pulling out though, and the only way he gonna go is left. So I don't know if he's going towards town, but he left everything his that is in my house.
He just took off.
He gone. He drove off, and that means he probably not gonna turn himself in.
No.
Probably not.
Well,
shame on me for not doing this live, and I'm still.
You know what? And I'm sorry because I would have drove up there today, but I was gonna have to bring my kids, and I know with COVID going on.
Where are your kids now?
You know, my kids. Well, I'm back in my apartment. I'm in here with them right now, but he pulled off. This is my thing. I'm sorry.
You stay on the line, Kamiko. Don't hang up. I've got to do some other cases, but we're gonna try to bring this to a close. So don't go away.
Your Honor, do I need to stay hooked up at this point?
No, John.
That's the defense attorney.
I did a month's probation. We're going to revisit this for his failing to comply with my order, and the sentence is going to be increased from 60 days to something else. But we'll see if Sturgis PD can save us out once again.
Well done. Thank you, Your Honor.
Give you an opportunity to say anything, but I'm sure you're in complete agreement with what just happened.
Yep, I'm good. Thank you.
Yep. He's an asshole.
All right. Next, we're going to address.
Okay, I stayed out of the way of that because
Yeah,
just
talk to
didn't
us,
wanna step
Mike.
on anything. It just really broke down, and I wanted everyone to have a sense of how it did. I found the whole thing fascinating. The most surprising thing to me is the defendant saying to the judge, "I'm sorry, I can't stay." I mean, prior to that, we have Deborah saying, "No, we gotta go get him right now." While he's on the Zoom, which is very confrontational, she's like, "Get an officer out there." And Judge Middleton is very. I mean, he is steaming mad, but he keeps his composure the whole time. It was sort of interesting. He's like, "Well, go ahead, have someone pick him up. There's a warrant for him. I just sentenced him. Go ahead. What are we waiting for?" Not in a bad way, but it just like, don't let me stop you. I just sentenced him, and there's a warrant for him. So yeah, go pick him up. And I thought all that was just really wild. And then he's saying right there to the judge, I can't stay. Right after he gets sentenced, I don't know how much more contemptuous you can be. And another thing that's sort of interesting about all this stuff, I said it earlier, it was a domestic. It really technically isn't domestic. I mean, the nature of the issue is what I mean. There's no domestic charge. I just thought about that. I don't want to say something as the charge was malicious destruction of property.
Yeah,
he apparently pled guilty to it and says, "I did it and I feel bad about it." Okay, this 60 days in jail is a lot for malicious destruction of property. But there's a lot of other water under the bridge here. The judge was saying he was rude to his staff. Judge is aware that because he's handling an eviction proceeding, so this woman's going to get evicted from her place with her kids because he's there and he's not on the lease. So there are a lot of aggravating factors. You'd be hard-pressed to get 60 days in jail on a malicious destruction of property if you just pled guilty to it and said, "Okay, I'll do the best I can," in front of Judge Middleton. There are a lot of other circumstances going on here. And he's just so frustrated because he doesn't have him live for just this reason. He doesn't want him to run. The guy does, I will say this, the defendant does say, and nobody believes him, the defendant does say, I will turn myself in at 2 o'clock. That is a correct thing to say, but he immediately doesn't believe that. Who would? Who would? Then why do you have to leave? Then why do you immediately have to leave? The only reason you immediately have to leave is because you were on Zoom and saw that they're sending police officers out to arrest you immediately. That's the only reason you have to leave at that moment. Prior to that, he didn't have to leave. Prior to those developments, he was just fine there. So there's probably more to this call, but I had my own call today, and I just have another minute or two because what they did, and I thought this was really wise. Nobody lost their cool, but I thought this was really wise. They kept her on the phone the whole time for safety purposes, and they can monitor her. And then later in the call, they go back and revisit it. So I'm gonna keep playing from there, but it's just a couple more minutes at the end of the call. I thought it was very impressive that they went back. They had a bunch of other business. I didn't watch it all, but they had a bunch of other business they had to conduct, but kept her on so that they could monitor what's going on at her house.
Deborah, how are we doing?
I have not received any confirmation, so I can make a call to mails and see if there's any updates or Central Dispatch would probably be a better option. That way.
All right, I don't want to let Kamiko just dangle here.
Well, and I guess if she's in her apartment now and she can lock her door, that makes me.
I'm here if you can hear me.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're looking for him right now. They may have picked him up. We don't know. If you see him come back immediately, call 911. Miss Davis is in communication with the Sturgis Police Department. I told him to go turn himself in there.
See that part?
But he did not. All right. You stay there and stay safe. And any issue you immediately call 911. They're aware of the situation.
I will, and I have a question. How long will has he made any payment on the window, or do I still have to wait for him to make payments to receive my payment?
He has until June 30th to pay that.
Okay.
All right.
And Kamiko, you can contact Marissa. She's been in contact with her. It's fine. Marissa can certainly touch base with her. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Let me know if you pick him up. I've got a very busy afternoon also.
I'm glad you are going to get lunch before it. Long lunch.
I wasn't sure if we were going to go all the way until 1 o'clock.
Alrighty, Mike, I will leave you there. If they do catch him, save it for us and we'll do it tomorrow night. Be more than happy to connect back up with you for that then. 30 for Sigurd, 30 for Mari, 30 for Vulcan. And we'll see if any of those make any difference in the overnight when we come on back for part 3. Until then, of course, as always, please do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Get us to those goals of 5,000 views of Boxing Extras so she pays attention, and 1,000 subscribers so Google YouTube pays attention. Of course, Coinbase information below. Fill it out to get your $10 free crypto, and then the Coinbase Learn less than 2-minute lessons, 1-question quizzes. Get yourself another $100 in crypto you can use here in Dominion. Until we do come back in the overnight for the final part of the UFO abductions, please make sure that all your fights in Dominion are awesome, be kind to one another, and come on back next time for some more From Day One. Please like, share, and subscribe.